Well, folks, my next guest is living the life that most people dream about. At 34 years old, he's a multimillionaire who enjoys traveling around the world and collecting exotic cars. And it all started with a hobby that he discovered in high school. Please welcome Tim Sykes. Welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, so you made a fortune in high school. How?
So I was a tennis player, and I got injured. My dad now calls it the $1 million injury. They gave me, my parents gave me control of my bar mitzvah gift money, roughly $12,000. They thought that I would lose it all. Instead, I turned roughly $12,000 into over $100,000 senior year of high school, and by the time I had graduated college, it was nearly $2 million.
Why do you think you were so good at investing?
At first, I was actually trying to invest in big companies, but my portfolio wasn't really moving. So I gravitated towards lower price stocks, penny stocks, and that really got my accounts moving. They're more volatile, they're riskier, but they're simpler. They usually have one or two products, so they're either going to succeed big or fail big. So what I try and do is ride the momentum for a few days or a few hours when they announce good news, a big partnership or something like that, and I make my money grow. Like you were talking about earlier, trying to make $10 or $100.
Right.
So I keep it simple, and I'm always focused on the big goal at the end, but I'm taking small profits along the way.
Wow. Now, you actually teach this to people.
Correct. So I trade and I teach, and that's what I love doing.
Tell us a little bit about your life.
So, when I had a few $1,000s to my name, I grew up middle class. I always wanted to get into a good college and have a good job and have financial security eventually. I screwed it all up by making too much, in high school and college. I ruined all those big plans. In a good way, though, right?
Yeah.
So I got the money. I've traveled all over the world. I've been to over 100 countries now. I have a Lamborghini. I just bought a new Ferrari a few weeks ago. I'm still learning how to drive it. So I have fun with my money, but it gets old after a while. Money and luxury, it's not fulfilling. So when I got into teaching a few years ago, it was a whole new opportunity in my life to be the mentor to other people that I never had.
Wow.
And now I've started a charity too. So you kind of evolve. At first you want the money, you want the luxury, but you also need more. Wealth and money for money's sake, it's not going to make you happy in life.
Money does not buy you happiness. You have got to identify your purpose in life, your mission, your reason for being. The two most important days of your life are the day you're born and the day you discover why. The average person dies never knowing why they were born, because they never asked their creator, okay, I want to be successful, but why? Yeah. I got a tape for you. Let's take a glimpse of Tim's lifestyle. We sent some cameras to visit him in LA. Check it out. This was pretty cool.
What's up? My name is Tim Sykes. That's my car. Come on in. So I wanted to give you a little glimpse of my lifestyle. I work hard, I live well, and what you should know about me is that I like to go big. This is a big house. Sometimes I stay in big presidential suites. When you work hard and you make a lot of money, you gotta go big. Yeah, okay, I'm done with that. Whoa! So let me show you where I actually spend most of my time. This is basically what I do all day. Just looking at stocks, researching stocks, and then teaching other people. Most traders lose money in this industry, but with a community of actual successful traders behind you, you can do a lot of things that never were before possible. So it's kind of my baby right here. I'm very proud of it. It's not the normal 9 to 5. Sometimes I'm working 10 hours in a day. Some days I don't even work. It doesn't matter where I am. All I need is the internet, and I can work from anywhere in the world. I've been doing this for nearly 2 decades now. I got started when I was young. I've reached all my goals, and I'm not afraid to show it off. Once you make it, you should show it off. But I'm never stopping challenging myself. I'm always looking for more students. I'm looking to create more millionaires so that more people can have views like this. This is why I love this place, okay? Just look at this, Financial freedom is the goal for everybody. And it should be, because once you have that, you can do whatever you want. You can travel the world, you can get big places like this. That should be your goal so that you can really, really focus on what you love in life and not work for somebody that you hate. Thank you guys for coming over. I'm glad you got to see a little bit of the way that I live, the way that I work, and you know, some of the fun that you can have when you work hard. See you later.
Kind of like Steve Harvey's version of MTV Cribs. I was just sitting up there, the music was going, I was going, yeah. That's good. Hey, up next, we're going to meet some of Tim's students. We got a couple of Tim students here and hear how they became part of the new rich. So stay with us. Don't go away. All right, I'm back with Tim Sykes, who became a millionaire trading penny stocks back in college. Now he teaches others what it takes to rake in 7 figures or more. Please welcome 2 of Tim's students, Ivan and Michael. Okay, Michael, let me start with you. How'd you first meet Tim?
Well, back in 2007, I was in graduate school studying cognitive psychology. I was working on my PhD because I've always really, wanted to get rich, and that was how I wanted to do it. But I started trading on my own, started making some money, and but then it started to not work so well anymore. And then that's when I met Tim, and I learned a lot about timing from him. And I became much more of a day trader after that. So I'd make a quick in and out trade, not hold anything overnight. So a lot less stress doing it that way.
How successful are you now?
Well, I've made well over $1 million over these last few years, and I do pretty well.
Yeah. Ivan, how'd you meet Tim? Yeah.
I'm pumped up. I love it.
I was always into penny stocks, but trying it on my own, I had limited success. And a couple years ago, I ran into Tim on the internet. At first, I didn't think he was legit, but the more and more I read into him, he seemed like the real deal. So I signed up, and since then, I've made about $200,000 trading part-time. And the funny thing about the internet is that you can learn from somebody and actually never meet him. Like, this is like the second time I'm meeting Tim. But like the whole experience opened up my eyes to like living a life that I never thought was possible.
What advice do you have for anybody that's out there that's trying to find financial success?
Number one, I would say, really focus on your passion, like whatever you love. I love weird stock trading and penny stocks, but I focused on it and I went with it. The world is so vast, and if you become an expert in whatever you're passionate about, you can really, make it big. Number two, use social media. Social media just expounds everything. I met both of these guys through social media. And, if you're talented in something, if you're knowledgeable, post a video on YouTube, share pictures on Instagram, tweet with, your knowledge, use these social networks and get your expertise out there. And third, be patient. We've made a lot of money in a few years, but it's not always going to be that way. The key is being passionate, being patient, and keep doing what you're doing, even when you make mistakes.
Mm-hmm. To everybody here, if there is no joy when you wake up in the morning, if you dread the sound of the alarm clock going off, if you feel stagnant, if you have the thought in your head that there has got to be more to life than this, you know what you should do? You should stop doing whatever it is you're doing. You really should. You should stop that. Because I got news for you. That's no way to live. You're merely existing. You will become exceptional the moment you make an exceptional decision. Go see the life God got for you. It's way better than the one you planned. Somebody got to take a chance here, man. If you don't take a chance, you ain't going to know. But it's going to require that I'll tell you about that later. Anyway, I think this is great. This is what I wanted this show to do. I wanted to accomplish this, and thank you so much. Tim, great job, man.
Thanks for having us.
Ivan, Michael, thank you, gentlemen. Hey, be sure to do your own research about these best investing strategies for you. Folks, we'll be right back. Thank you.
My name is Tim Sykes, and I teach people to trade stocks. I am a self-made multimillionaire. So this is the ideal trade that I'm going to talk about. I want you guys to understand every single aspect of this trade.